What's up, YouTube? I'm Nathan. Today I'm going to talk about my experience working at FedEx for the past 3 months. I work at the New Jersey hub. I won't name which one specifically, but I've been working at that Jersey hub for about 3 months now as a package handler. So today I just want to help you guys out. If you're thinking about applying for package handler position, or you already applied and your first day is coming up very soon, I got you. I'm gonna tell you about my experience, what it's really like in there, and things like that. So first thing we're gonna talk about is your schedule. There's 4 different schedules or sorts. It's sunrise, day sort, twilight, and midnight. And the hours for that, I work midnight, which is from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I work the overnight shift. Sunrise, like morning, from like 6 to 11 a.m. The day, the day sorts from like 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. By the way, guys, these times may vary depending on which hub you work at, because sometimes based on how much volume they're getting in, they'll like have you work later, or maybe ask you to come in earlier, so you could work later or come in earlier possibly. Then there's twilight, which is after day sort. That's from like 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then midnight, which is from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Around that time. It's no guarantee, but it's definitely around that time for most of their hubs. And midnight gets paid like a dollar extra, $2 extra, because I think they usually get the most volume, and it's also overnight. So I guess they try to compensate you for coming in at that time. I'm not really sure how FedEx does that. But yeah, so just keep in mind the start times may vary depending on like if it's a holiday. They may need you to come earlier because there's a lot of packages, or maybe if it's a slow day, you might get let out earlier. So your hours should range between like the 6 to 7 or maybe 5 to 7 hour range. That's probably gonna be your range for hours. So the first step, once you get hired by FedEx, is gonna be the orientation. After they call you up and interview you real quick, which is they're basically gonna tell you the responsibilities you have, and then you're practically hired. So long as you could lift a box, maybe speak a bit of English, you're practically hired. So during the orientation, they get all your personal information, your passport, maybe your social. Oh, they tell you about the policies and guidelines. So like no bullying, dress appropriately, basically all of their regular guidelines, no assaulting their managers, things of that nature. Then you get sent to your section. I think maybe like practically like I think the very same day I worked, no, the very same day I had orientation, I got sent to my section to work. It was like 3 hours left of the orientation, and they sent me right to work the very first day. So you could be working your first day. They give you like, they tell you where your section is gonna be, and then you go over there and meet your operations manager, which is the person you're gonna be seeing every day that manages you basically. Tells you which trailers to load up, where to go, what to do for the most part. Alright, so your first few days are gonna be pretty tough, especially if you don't have like an athletic background or haven't been working something physical. Like me, I used to do sports, and the first week of work I actually slept like 10 to 12 hours because I was just so exhausted from work actually. Because first of all, it's midnight. I've never worked overnight before, so that was very difficult to adjust to. Sleeping in the morning. I tried staying up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stay up in the morning and sleep in the afternoon. I do not recommend doing that. If you're gonna work midnight, at least. If you work any other shift, you'll figure that out. But midnight, if you want that extra dollar pay, extra $2 pay, sleep in the morning, guys. So your first week's gonna be pretty tough. Pretty tough, trust me. You'll need to bring a couple things and do a couple things when you start working at FedEx. Water. Hydration is extremely important, guys. You need that water. All right, there's no guarantee they'll have water at your section. You usually have like a bucket filled with water, but there's no guarantee that you're gonna get water. So you need to bring one of those big jugs of water. I don't have one, But I bring water bottles. Sometimes my manager brings us water bottles, so that's great. But you need water, like one of the big jugs, like 2 liter. I'm serious. Like you're gonna get thirsty, especially holidays coming up, 2020. So you need to have that water if you're trying to be straight at work. Steel toe boots, preferably, but boots. Don't be wearing no J's. Don't be wearing no Nikes at work, cause if one of those boxes fall on your toes, you're completely liable. So you need steel toe boots, preferably. If you have construction boots or any boots that have like a hard layer covering your toes, you'll need that. You need snacks. Bring snacks to work, cause there's no guarantee you'll have a break. Okay, I have to sneak in a snack or two while the truck is slowing down. There's no packages. You gotta sneak in a snack because you're gonna get hungry. Lifting 2,000, 3,000 boxes a day for your shift, you're gonna get hungry. So you need to sneak in a snack because you can't have a full meal. You can't like walk off and have a full meal. While working in Jersey, there's no break because it's like a 7-hour shift. So their labor laws, if it's not past 7, if it's not past 8 hours, you don't get a break. So you gotta bring in some snacks in your bag, and sneak them in between the shift, and have your water like near your station, and it'll be fine. You need appropriate clothing, because the warehouse I work at, they have heat, but it's basically nothing. Like there's basically no heat and no AC, and I've heard most of the warehouses don't have any heat or AC. So when it's cold outside, it's colder in the warehouse for some reason. And when it's hot, it's hotter, because you're inside a closed truck with no windows in the truck. So it's about to get cold right now because we're heading into the winter. You need to layer up in that truck. I'm serious. You need to layer up in that truck. You also need gloves. My mistake was I was lifting the boxes with my regular hands, and my nails, I'd come back home with like black nails. So that's not something you want, like, come back home with dirty nails, dirty fingers. You don't want that. So make sure you buy some gloves. Just get some gloves off Amazon. Nothing crazy. You also need your mask, because we have the whole illness going around. FedEx doesn't really stress it like that because there's been no reported cases at FedEx. Sometimes when you're inside the truck, take it off, because you're gonna suffocate. It's hot in there when it's burning. But like, let's say you have a sort meeting, like before you start working, they do these meetings, these huddles. Put it on. Put it on to follow that regulation, and you'll be just fine. You also need a back brace. If you don't know what that is, it's like a back support. It's like you put it around your waist. This one I got, it's from Spartan. I'm not affiliated with Spartan, but it's from Spartan. You basically wrap it around your waist, and you close it on the other side of the Velcro. And when you lift the boxes, it puts some support in your back, so you don't end up going home with back pain, which is another risk. Working at FedEx, you get some back pain. But if you lift properly, that's not a problem. You gotta squat when you lift the boxes, all right? My first week, I was trying to show I'm a hard worker, trying to work hard. I was lifting some of those boxes, 50, 60 pounds, completely bent over, not squatting. So when I got home, my back was tired until I saw somebody like squatting, like act like you're lifting weights. You ever did squats? You have to squat, pick up the boxes. You don't want any stress on your back. But to alleviate even more stress, you're gonna use that back brace right there. And I'm probably worrying about your pay, that paycheck. FedEx pays every single Friday. If you have direct deposit, you should do direct deposit. There's no reason not to have direct deposit right now. I mean, if you're doing checks, I don't even know what you're doing. You need to get direct deposit. Yeah, you get paid every single Friday. So weekly. Don't spend your money, guys. Save your money. For me at the Jersey hub, 1 week. I mean, if you're not working weekends, and you're in New York or Jersey, I don't know about anywhere else. This video is mainly for people that live like East Coast. New York or Jersey, you should expect somewhere around $500 a week. It's nothing crazy. You're not gonna get a nice apartment, a car with this job. It's a starter job. But yeah, don't go and blow your check, guys, because it's pretty hard work. You might want to save that, put it away, start investing or something, because it's hard work. You don't want to just go spend all that money and you work so hard for it, because it's pretty difficult work. That's why people quit so much. This job has a low retention rate, which means people are leaving like every 3 weeks. I've been in my unit for 3 months. I've worked with like 50 different people, no lie, already. Every 2 weeks you see like 5 new faces. You know, there's only like a small amount of people that stay there continuously, been there for like a year or something. But yeah, so I don't want this video getting too long, so some tips and tricks for you. 1, squat when you lift the box. 3, work at a comfortable pace. Like if you didn't start working yet, you might not know what I mean. But if you've done any other physical job, like work at your own pace. Cause trust me, that first couple of days, it's gonna be difficult. You don't. Somebody told me you don't get paid by the box that you scan. You gotta scan the boxes and load them up on the trailer, on the truck, outside the truck. You don't get paid by the box. So don't like run, try to get all the boxes. Nah. You need to stay calm. Your first few weeks, if you're new, or in general, I see some people get upset when they get switched to different trucks to go help somebody else out. You gotta walk over to a different truck because your manager told you so. They start in fights with the manager, things of that nature. Guys, you don't want to get fired from FedEx. First of all, the reason why you're watching this video is because you want to get a job. So don't do it to yourself. Stay calm. If they tell you to go to another truck, I mean, I get moved like 10 times because I work well. So they have me help out constantly around the section. And I don't mind, I don't got problems with management. I know some people don't have that sort of patience. Guys, trust me, it's really not worth it. Hopefully you get a good manager. But FedEx isn't really known for having, excellent ops managers because of the low retention rate. So it's hard to get high quality people when people leave so often. You know what I mean? Learn to build good walls, proper walls with the boxes. You stack them in something called the like the brick method. When you get to FedEx, find somebody who knows what they're doing, who's been there for at least 5 or 6 months. Find somebody who knows what they're doing. Teach you how to build the wall properly. Because you see some trucks, people just tossing the packages in carelessly, and then you get your package at your door all bent up, ripped up, your box is crushed. Guys, learn how to build a proper wall with the boxes. And lastly, promotion is based off your performance and being in there at least for 6 months. Like if you plan on getting promoted or staying at FedEx once you get in, there's something called a tugger where they drive the big packages to a big belt that slides them over to your section. They get paid like $2-3 extra for driving them because you need your license, inside the warehouse. There's the trainers that train new hirees, or you could become an operations manager that basically opens the trucks, closes the trucks after you finish loading them, sends everybody to different trucks that have a lot of flow coming down, with boxes coming down. So if you want to get promoted, you need to, work consistently, come work on time, maybe a little bit earlier too, and have a good relationship with your manager. Right? That's going to be your best way to get that referral. I can't speak English. Get your referral to get promoted. So that's basically it, guys. I know this video got a little long, 14 minutes, so but thank you for watching my video. This is Nathan, and hope you do well at FedEx. Later.